Hey guys, it's February 2nd, 2025, and it's kind of thawed out here in Middle Tennessee, so I'm going to take stock of where I left this poor little thing a couple of months ago and get started on a plan to get her going this coming up summer. Anytime now, I can hardly wait. I'll take you through and show you what we're up against. It's going to be a challenge. Well, I've tried to keep my workspace fairly clean with mixed results, although I have thrown away a bunch of stuff. I definitely got to get the broom and dust pan out here to get after this. This was parts of a utility sink I pulled out of our laundry room so I could get a shelf in there for storing canned goods and stuff. We don't really have much in the way cabinets since this is Mom's house. There's my old bar stool. So I got this thing yanked out of there. This is the old evaporative fridge. I just got paranoid about the dang thing because I saw a couple of them that had burned up, and I knew this thing, I mean, I was going to say it's 100 years old, but it's really only about 50 years old, so I think that's bad enough. They ran a flame in them right over here, and then this is ammonia in this little loop. Kind of a neat setup. If you haven't seen them before, it's worth a Wikipedia search. I just this is the back, or the vent, so it used to let air in here, and it'd chimney up and cool off as it went up, and then it had a big old vent on the top of it. So this whole part up here, this whole piece here isn't insulated, and I think I'm gonna be insulating that with some foam and such, and that'll help a little bit. So I got this see this top aluminum thing here. Get you up there where you can see it a little better. It had Torx T20s, I think, and I took all them out, and only one of them broke off back there above the window, but I got it gooped up pretty good. So I pulled that off of there and put some butyl tape above and below the seam where the side metal meets the roof metal, and hopefully that'll seal it off. I still got to do the windows. I'm getting a heck of a leak right here where that white thing's hanging down. That's the molding from the inside of the window there. It's leaking like a son of a gun. I think it might be coming from where I took that vent off of the fridge, because I didn't have anything to really put on that, and I just kind of taped it up with some duct tape. Thought I did a pretty good job. It seems like it stuck pretty good, but maybe that's where the leak's coming from. Haven't seen them for any vids for a while. I did got all the tape off of the silly thing. That stuff was really old and decrepit. It came off of this side pretty good, weirdly enough. Still got to do my window. I'm waiting for a nice day to do that. I'm just going to pull this fixed glass out of this unit here and bust that on out. It's just all broken under that, and it's just taped up with Gorilla Tape to keep it intact. So I'll take this screw off here, another one up there the same way, tap this window, tap this metal back here in it, and then pull this rubber piece out, kind of retains it, and then it's tape, or it's probably got butyl tape all around it that I'll have to cut it. It'll be a mess, but not too bad. Got all the brakes in the shop for it, other than from the wheel cylinders to there. I've got new brake lines, but I got to get those flexible lines or reuse my old ones. I may just reuse the old ones. They're probably still workable. Kind of hate to. Well, I didn't know that was fell down there. That's unusual. Huh, I'll be darned. Okay, anyway. It'll be fun to get back under the hood of this dude. Things are kind of tight in there, but I think it's just kind of a Chevy truck with Oldsmobile stuff in it. All right, let's wander in here. I'm not gonna get too awful involved. I need to get started of cleaning things up, but it's pretty much in the same shape we left it. Boy, it's warm in here. Those old windows are catching the solar. I got this Shark Mess Master. Now they've got one at Costco that's even a little smaller, but I think that one is okay. I've used it a few times, and I think if I get me a travel dog or road dog, one good mess will take care of will pay for that. That thing will pay for itself with one good mess. So not much here, but if you got some mess to try to clean up into what carpet's left, it can be kind of challenging. So I think it'll be worthwhile. This looks like a mess, and because it is. So I don't want to get too close where I can't see nothing, but let's see if I can get back here and show you what I'm up against. It's kind of dark in there. That needs a 3/4 plywood base on it. That's where the fridge was sitting in here. And then this was a closet, which I'd kind of like to keep the storage, because there's not nothing to speak of in storage in the rest of the coach. So I'll probably do that. This thing, they have a 120 volt to a 12 volt inverter factory. They call them a buzz box. A lot of the guys talk about them. They were pretty primitive at the time to get all your 12 volt voltage into your, oh, let's see, it's got like the lighting, and there's some other 12 volt stuff in here, I think. Maybe some of the blowers, but I'm not sure. The pump may be 12 volt for the water. But anyway, I guess that burned out, and they were in the middle of southwest Arkansas. So, hey, mother invention. I've pulled it out of there. At least I got a good battery charger out of it. I have to put some clips on it. I bet it works like a charm. Found a place in little town next over, Gallatin, that has plywood. I stopped in at a cabinet shop and asked them if they could clue me into a place that's got it. And they're like, oh yeah, we just use, I think it's called Nashville plywood. And I'm gonna get some good rough measurements and go over there and get a piece for here and here. And then I think I'm gonna leave this because it's pretty solid, but I gotta glue this back. So that'll be a little challenge, but I'll do it a little at a time, and it'll go back on there with some wood glue. And I think this one needs done, but I'm not 100% sure, convinced. I might get away with that and not worry about it. This thing was leaking. See what I'm showing you here? Yeah, it's not too close up. This thing was leaking. I came in here and it was dripping some water from this seam here. So I run this paper towel into a bucket, and it looks like it was very effective because it looks like it caught all of it. I don't see any water. It was getting all wet here at the side, but it wicked down and dripped into the bucket, so that was pretty funny. Let's see. To get to this stuff here and pull it out, I think I'm going to have to cut this. I've tried prying up on it. I took a jack and put down here on the floor and tried jacking it up, and that didn't really work because I think the shell is maybe kind of, the shell of the camper's kind of collapsed a little bit on it, and it's holding it up partly with this, kind of pinching it. So I'm probably gonna have to take that multi-tool and take about a 1/2 inch off of here. And I hope it doesn't fuzz it up too bad. I'm gonna tape it down real good before I cut it, and cut about a 1/2 inch off of there. That ought to give me enough room to get rid of all that old stuff. Then I can start putting it back. I've got the material for it. And it's gonna take about 4 sheets of it. Maybe did I get 5? Let's see. One of them goes to right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I might have got 5 of them. Probably did get 5 of them. Been a couple of months ago. This is where my old TV antenna was, and I got it pulled loose. Doesn't feel like it's wet, but it might have dried off by now, but I kind of doubt it. It rained pretty good. Oh, Lordy. There's some of the lug pieces. That little cap there goes in the front hub. Right there in the middle to make it nice and shiny. I got this one tore down several weeks ago, and didn't put it back together. But what I did do was took grease and coated it, so when I go to clean it up to put the bearings and stuff back on it, I'll just hit that with some solvent. It'll drip out. There's part of that old top vent that went where the refrigerator was. So I got some cleaning up to do, but it's looking all right. I'm gonna see if it's light enough under there that we can see anything. Got this little backboard from the Harbor Freight. I'll have to hop across that cord. See some drag marks where they pulled it out of the pasture, and they broke my dadgum black tank back here. And then I think that's my gray tank, because it's a lot bigger for the shower and stuff. And it's broken too. Found a company that makes them. This one's not totally busted, but it's pretty close. I don't think you can fix this stuff, because I don't think anything will stick to it. This weird deal, when I saw it, I thought some dummy had used that for trailer lights or something, like a junction box, you know, but that's sensors that go in there to tell how full the tank is. So finally figured that out before I said too much about it. So there's my fuel tanks, and man, it's close up here. Hope you guys can see some of this. There's a fuel pump up in here. Where the heck is it at? Oh, it's way up there. So they put a fuel pump on there, kind of a booster pump, I think, because it goes into the engine. It still has the engine fuel pump. We got a Wix 3/8. I think it's 33. Oh, 33, yeah, I think it is. And it looks like 3/8 line going to it. So this is a mishmash of crap that's gonna have to be done in. These things have a bung, like to loosen them off or to drain them. I stuck a Allen key in there and tapped around on it, and it's not likely to come out. It seems to have grown itself in there. Pretty straightforward though. I shot these with these are the tank brackets. I shot them with some penetrating oil a couple of times while I've been up here piddling around, and when time comes it should come off pretty easy. Some of the guys said that you could take straps, like ratchet straps. Kind of give you an idea how big these things are. They're real thin. They're like 6 inches deep, but they're friggin' massive. They're 25 gallons a piece. So they said you could take ratchet straps and like hook them to this solid end here, and then take your straps loose here and ease them down, and be disconnecting your hoses from them while you're bringing them down. So that kind of, I'll eat my Wheaties that morning. I think I can handle it. I really like the way this is set up to where you can roll under it, get to stuff. Man, this thing used to have this is all dirt daubers. It used to have a pretty good colony of them. Probably impacted the local population when they moved it out of there. So I've had the engine oil drained once and got new oil in it. There's an oil cooler going there to the front. I'll know more when I fire it up and see if things start leaking on me. Of course, these are front wheel drive and sort of Oldsmobile Tornado type components in them. A little bit different. There's an outer CV boot. That's a trouble point also. Got 2 of them and 2 inners. It's pretty tight under here, but it's not horrible. This sucker's on the ground, you can't get under it. If you're sitting with it on tires, you're done. It's too bad. He won't be getting under it. I got the tent pulled off the back window. I think I got them off the side windows too, did I? No, not yet. I think it's still got the window tint on the side window back here. So yeah, that goes off pretty easy though. Okay. Lots of projects in this little project. Hopefully it won't be too long before I'm looking out that front window, seeing some America. Well, thanks for dropping by. Things are going pretty good. Weather's finally cracked a little bit and should be getting back on it. It's supposed to be nice and warm tomorrow and sunny, at least for tomorrow. So I'm gonna hit it pretty heavy and see what I can get done. If I do anything worth mentioning, I'll drop you another little video in, and I appreciate you stopping by and checking on me, and I'll get it done. It'll take me a while, but it takes what it takes. Take her easy.